You know, I kind of feel like I've been here before. After tragically losing his wife to suicide, child psychiatrist Eli Adler encounters a troubled young boy who seems to have a haunting connection to Eli's past.
So we all know that Billy Crystal can act. He has dramatic timing when it comes to comedic effect. We've seen him in Three Amigos and
City Slickers.
City Slickers, sorry.
Yeah.
We've seen him in City Slickers. We've seen him in Analyze This and Analyze That.
He had a beard in that one too, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
See, this is serious. That's how you know the serious role.
Incredible performances, comedic timing that is brilliant. But it's been a very long time, if at all, we've seen him in a role quite like this.
This is comedy at the very back. He uses it sparingly.
Yes.
And it works. But more so, we have this drama coming through where he is troubled. He is vulnerable. He's got his quick wit, but he's also within this, he's unreliable, at least at times.
Yeah.
And that, I think, helps set up so much of the drama within this series.
The problem is, this is a week-to-week release, and each episode is 25 minutes. There's 10 episodes. And I have to say, at the beginning, at least on my personal opinion, you should wait until 10 episodes are out.
It's a great binge. It is an amazing binge. We get 2 episodes the first, which are going to hook you in. And I got to say, each episode is very, very meaty.
Yeah. I mean, even though they're short, there's a lot going on in them. You have to concentrate.
Yeah. This is you put your phone away, you watch, because not everything is heard. There are clues that we see, or even things that are just complete misdirections, but it's all there for us to watch, despite each episode having that meat and that weight to it and just some deep content. I agree. Waiting till the whole series is out, which is going to be in like December, something like that, which is a bummer, I think.
It's a big ask.
Yeah, they really should have done hour-long episodes if you were going to do week to week. But you're going to have a better watching experience, even though, well, I think it'll wreck you, too.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I would say that, we've told you that Billy Crystal's acting in this is great, even though he is an unreliable narrator at times. With what he's experiencing, how he's experiencing, we get to experience what he's going through with the loss of his wife at the beginning. It's not a spoiler, that's just kind of what it is. It's setting up the big drama. Now, he wants to leave his practice. He's kind of done with his work because of what he's gone through.
Yeah.
But there's one kid.
Jacobi
Jupe?
Yeah. It's Noah's younger brother, Noah Jupe. Another actor.
Noah Jupe. Yeah, of course. And so he plays the character named Noah.
Funny enough, he does.
This kid, in contrast to what Billy Crystal's character is going through by trying to be the psychiatrist looking after what this kid is going through, we know next to nothing about what this kid is going through. We get to experience what he's going through almost like as if you're watching a 24 TV series and it's like ticking by. It feels like we're there when the harrowing experiences with him. And you never know what's going on. Chris and I, throughout this series, were flinging back and forth the different expectations or theories of where we thought this story was going. So it definitely subverts our expectation, because I gotta say, even when we got, I think it was to episode 8, I still thought it was something else that it wasn't.
Oh yeah, no, I still could make my own argument for the thing that I had held through like episode 2. And I wasn't right.
Yeah, exactly.
But Jacobi, dude, this kid conveys this unnamed terror that he is going through. And, he doesn't speak throughout most of the series, or just in little snippets, so it's all
facial expressions. And he does it perfectly. You know when cats or dogs look at something in a room and they're terrified and it freaks you out?
Yeah.
This kid does that. So he's looking at something past you in the corner and is terrified. And you're like, what the hell is that? And sometimes the series will show us, but sometimes it won't. Sometimes it'll be flashes. And then sometimes our unreliable narrators experiencing things at the same time. And it's such a, I want to say convoluted mess. It is messy because you don't really get to understand what's happening.
Yeah.
Even when it starts explaining things to you, you're still going,
Wait, yeah. But that's great because messy doesn't mean bad.
No.
In this instance, messy sometimes is terrible.
Yeah.
Messy is like, oh gosh, gross, just stay out of it. This one, though, there is a method to the madness.
Yeah.
And within the mess that it has. And that's because it's creating so much misdirection and adding to the mystery. And you get clues. Sometimes they're visual, sometimes it's through the exposition, sometimes it's just naturally within the storytelling as it plays out for us. But every step of the way, it builds to it and still had me going, well, I think, wait, what?
So talking about the step of the way, the story, we want to talk about the craft a little bit because the cinematography with the creepy looks, the horror moments, the shallow depth, the shallow focus, the depth of fields, all of it is crafted to create an experience that makes you feel uncomfortable at times. Sometimes the lens is low, making you kind of forcing you to look in a particular horror way. Sometimes that look is low and it's close up and it's shallow depth and there's sound effects that is kind of feeling like one of our characters might be hypnotized or he's experiencing something horrific, but he can't quite place his finger on it. A craft making you feel just uneasy, and it's brilliant.
And there's pulsing that happens sometimes with the camera, but also, like you said, the sounds that we get, the sound design. There are clicks, drips, yeah, those type of things that are always in the background. And sometimes you notice them because they are pushed up forward, and so you can hear them more because they're meant to be at the forefront. A lot of the other times, though, they're just sitting back there, just barely audible. And I think it's an effective effect that they use because there are times where we watch a character clicking a pin.
Oh my gosh.
Or hearing something, or you know,
the teacup.
Oh yeah, and Nope.
Yeah,
exactly. That's exactly it. It has this hypnotic effect on us, and because what we're watching, I mean, you have a child psychologist or a psychiatrist, you have a child who is in need of those services, and both of them are questionable in what's going on. Then you add in the strangeness of the sounds and what that means for the characters. Like, are they being hypnotized? Are they already hypnotized? Are we the ones that are being hypnotized?
We can't trust anything that's going on. Even, like, when we say you got to concentrate, we do mean that. There's even characters which we had to force ourselves to go backwards to say, wait, did I just see that? Similar to, like, something like Hereditary, where something just goes past and you're like, hell no. Yeah. What is that? It does play with your mind, which I think is part of the... I guess a character in the series is that playfulness of you don't really know what to expect here.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's not played for horror necessarily, but there is definite creepiness to this thriller. I mean, because like you said, like it's a Flanagan type of move or something like that, exactly. Where something just sits in the background and it doesn't move. You kind of see it, and then something will move in front of it and then come back and then it's gone. It's not there. So was it really there? Was it not? Is the character that we're watching having a psychotic break? I don't know.
But I think the fruition is there when it comes to the story. I liked the ending, especially that I didn't guess it.
Yes.
I think it works. It completes it as a one and done. 10 episodes, complete story. That's kind of why you need to watch it all together to experience the full dramatic taste that it's bringing you. It's like a meal that you kind of want to eat all together at once rather than getting something that's so delicate that you're breaking it apart and you leave it for a few days. This food's going to go off, but you eat it at the time. It's a fantastic meal, like a chef's kiss. So,
you know, I did think there were moments within this where, because we see a lot of events replaying as the mystery is trying to be solved, right? So we get some repetitious moments within this.
There is that, yeah.
I think when you're watching, if you're watching in a 30-minute chunk, you probably don't notice that. But over the binge, you do begin to see some of like, okay, we saw this again. Now, sometimes they add to it, which I think helps context. But just know that there are a little bit of times where the forward momentum just kind of stops a little bit, or at least slows down.
Yeah.
And it doesn't hurt the mystery, but it does stall it just a little bit.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. But I had a fun time with this. I think all in all, I really enjoyed the experience. I want to see more from both our main protagonists. I think the kid is stunning. And I think Billy Crystal doing dramatic drama TV. Yes, please, give me more of that.
I do have one question, though, for you.
Okay.
With the ending, because it comes a little out of left field, maybe, it strays a little bit from mainstream reality. Let's say that.
Yeah.
Not going to say that this could not happen or is not real, but general thinking is like,
Fringe science.
Yeah, exactly. What did that break it for you? Did it just add to it?
Honestly, by the way they were building the story, the science was there because they'd been building it. So by the time I got to the end, I was like, yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that then.
In the end, I think this is definitely worth your while watching. It's an Apple TV series, and that normally is a stamp seal of approval. It's not the number S, however, in the alphabet. However, I would say definitely watch this because Billy Crystal is spelled with a C.
Well, B. Before.
Before.
Okay. Well, there is no sex or nudity. There is a lot of profanity and some violence, including self-harm. I am also going to give Before 4 out of 5 couches. If you enjoyed this review, please give it a like. Also, don't forget to share and subscribe. My name is Chris. This is Movies and Munchies. That's my friend Ruben from the Ruby Tuesday. Thanks for couching with me.